In Shopify, it's best practice to use Metafields instead of creating a bunch of page templates. Now, I understand the temptation with creating page templates, whether it be a product page, a collection page, or even a landing page, because you can change the content on to make it unique for every single template. Except there's two issues with that. And the first is eventually you would hit some sort of template cap. And I think in Shopify, it's at about 100 templates. You can't create anymore. And then the second is if you have similar templates applied to different pages and you want to change the same piece of content in each template, you have to go into each template and change the content, which ends up being extremely difficult and time consuming the more templates you create. It's fine if you have a few, but as soon as you start to hit 10 or more, it becomes extremely complicated and a bit of a nightmare to deal with. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can use Metafields to dynamically pull in content, whether it be on a product page, collection page, or even a landing page. For this demo here, what I have is some text, and you'll notice that there's always this option here that says connect to dynamic source. If we click that, you'll notice a bunch of different options come up, and we have this text option here. That's a Metafield that I created right before this video. What you do to create that is add Metafield, and then you'll be brought over to this page, which you can also access from settings and then Metafields and Meta Objects tab. Then you can create a Metafield, and then for this example, I created text, and then the namespace is text, which of course it's already taken because I just created it. But in your case, another common Metafield that is added is badge. And so if I added badge, you'll notice that the name, space, and key is custom.badge. You can change custom to anything you want, but typically it's best practice just to leave it at custom. Then you can select the type. You'll notice that there's a bunch of different Metafield types, and it's important to select the correct type for whatever dynamic content you want to pull in. Most of the time, it's single line text that you're pulling in, or there's like a multi-line text and rich text options. Those are also common, but you can actually pull in tons of different information, which is awesome. Another common file type is file, which I'll get to in a second. You can dynamically pull in images, which is great for swapping out icons and so much more. Now that we had badge selected, we're going to hit save, and then we're going to go over into our theme customizer. Now inside the theme customizer, we're able to go up here and hit connect to dynamic source, and we can actually select badge. You'll notice no content renders out after badge, and especially if we go like this, the block gets deleted entirely. So let's hit save and then add some content to it so that we can dynamically show it on this page. So I'll hit save within the customizer. Inside of our product page, inside of Shopify, we can actually go down and select badge or text Metafields now. Let's add in some custom content into badge. Now back in our customizer, we can notice that in text, we have this custom Metafield badge, and it's now displaying this is custom content, which we added on the product page. So now in each product that you have this Metafield connected to, you can enter in dynamic content. So for example, let's say we had a different coffee bag product. We could type in, this is another piece of custom content, and that line would display specifically on that template. Now, sometimes another common use case is selecting an image Metafield, and that is a very specific file type and kind of a tricky way to set it up. The way that we do it is we hit connect dynamic source over here, and we're going to create a new Metafield for an image. Now in here, we can fill out some basic information such as product image. And then under select type, what we'll want to do is go over into file. And then you'll notice that there's two different file types that are supported. There's images and videos. If the field only allows for images, I highly suggest that you just keep images and not check videos. But if videos is also supported, it doesn't hurt to add both. For this case, our section only accepts images, so we'll only select that and we'll hit save. Now inside of our product page, we will be able to select our product image. So we'll hit select image. Now you'll notice back inside the theme customizer, we had selected the Metafield and we dynamically pulled in the image.